Good afternoon. I almost said welcome to WDW Radio Live. Good afternoon. I am Lou Mangello. Thank you so very much for joining me for what I am really excited to finally be able to share and announce and reveal to you, which is our 2023 Momentum Weekend Workshop, slate of sessions and presentations and workshops and speakers, and then maybe, definitely, at the end, I'll have a little something special for you. If you're watching live, if you know somebody who is an entrepreneur, solopreneur, business owner, or maybe wants to turn that thing that they love into the thing that they do me a favor, tag and forward this to them, invite them to be part of it. Or if you're watching on the replay, please feel free to share with them after. Just by way of quick background, this is my fifth year of doing Momentum. We had a couple years of hiatus unintentionally, but I really do believe that this year is going to be, I don't want to say it's our biggest, because by design, I limit Momentum to a certain number, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But I really am excited for what we have. Every year, I continue to refine, hopefully improve, and the thing that makes Momentum special is the people. Is the ones that not only stand up and share and present, but the people in the room are the people that make a difference. And just by way of quick background, right? You probably were friends, you know my story. I used to be a lawyer. I started this whole Disney thing and going down that path. And as I started to turn this thing that I loved, my passion for Disney, into a business, I loved going to conferences. I was a sponge. I still am. I want to learn everything I can all the time. There's a saying in Imparo, which is, continuous learning, like continuous improvement. I'm always learning every single day. And so I would love going to conferences, but when I would, they're sometimes overwhelming, right? There's thousands of people. Sometimes you don't know anybody. You have to choose which session, which room, which speaker you want to go to. Maybe you're a little bit of an extroverted introvert, and meeting and networking with people is very difficult. And I literally, to this day, have the notebook beside me that I would take with me to conferences, and I'd write tons and tons of notes, and I would come home super excited about all the things that I learned, and I would put this notebook exactly where it is on my desk, and I wouldn't touch it again. Right? All the things that I was inspired to do while I was there, I never actually got to execute. And after going to conferences around the world and seeing and learning what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and trying to fill a void and look for something that I did not have when I first started out, is why Momentum was born. And I didn't want, and I still don't want, a conference with 3,000, 1,000 people, even 500 people. I want something that is going to be not only small and intimate, but personal, and a workshop, something where you aren't just leaving with a notebook full of ideas. You're actually going to do the work in the room. More importantly, you're going to leave armed with not just knowledge and expertise and a workbook with lots of things that you're going to be able to do when you get home, but you're going to move the needle while you're in the room, while you're at Momentum. So rather than me just tell you about it, let me show you a little bit about what I am talking about as we share this year's lineup of presentations and speakers. Again, what sort of makes Momentum, if I can get this to work right, what sort of makes Momentum different, and really what Momentum is this year, it's actually 3 days. We're going to start on Friday through Sunday, 50 entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and business owners in one room. You never have to decide which session you want to see, which speaker you want to go to, afraid of what you're going to miss out on. And this year, I've designed Momentum. It's less sessions, more workshops, more impactful, but there's still about 20 sessions over those 3 days that you're going to be able to go in. By the way, did I mention it takes place in Walt Disney World? There's always a method to my madness. Oh, no, by the way, it also takes place during the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. So if you needed just one more excuse to come down and work on your business, it's in Walt Disney World. It's at the Hilton Orlando Lake Buena Vista, right across the street from Disney Springs, oftentimes at the end of the day. people will go in small or large groups over to Disney Springs, get some dinner, continue those conversations and community and networking that goes on, and they have an easy walk back to the conference. Some people go to Epcot. However you want to make momentum yours, you're able to do it. But again, it's not just about learning and takeaways, but it's about doing the work in the room. And momentum was really built on three pillars. It sort of expanded a little bit of inspiration, education, community, and impact. And my goal for you is to unleash your potential, spark your momentum, and unlock your path to success. Momentum is always and will be about you. Like, my goal is to help you reach yours. And so you're going to learn strategies. You're going to connect with like-minded people and ignite your growth in a weekend that I honestly believe is going to be transformative. I'm already seeing folks who are watching live, a number of people who have been to Momentum in the past. There's also some spammers in here. Let me try and get them out of here just to sort of clear the decks a little bit for you. There you go. So Connor Brown says it's momentum season. Let's go. Yes, Corey Bassett, you can smell momentum from, you can smell the boathouse from across the street. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing so many of you coming to Momentum the first time and coming back again this year. Sorry, let me just get rid of a couple more of these spam comments. So let's talk about what's new and what's different at this year's event. In the past, Momentum has been 2 days, Saturday and Sundays, with an optional mastermind day on Monday. That mastermind day is limited to just 10 people. That's where we take not just what you've learned and sort of consumed, sometimes by a fire hose, in those 2 days, but really get to deep dive working on you and your business and the challenges and the opportunities, and really sort of help bring together everything that you learned over the past couple of days, everything that you brought with you when you came to Momentum, and helping you set out on a roadmap and a plan to continue with your momentum and keep moving forward so that you can really leverage the most out of it. Now, the Momentum Mastermind Day in the past has been 10 days. It's actually, 10 days. That's a lot. It used to be 10 people. I've actually scaled that number back. We've done 6, sometimes 7, sometimes 8 people, because I really want that day to be most impactful. Same thing with Momentum itself. I have scaled back the number of presenters and number of sessions because it's quality, not quantity. And again, we had a lot of amazing presenters last year, but it was a lot. And we ran very, very long, and the days got long. And it was great stuff, but I also want to make sure, again, that what you learn while you're there and the time that you spend there is really going to be impactful. And it's not about sessions that are specific to a platform or even to a medium. So when I say platform agnostic, you're not going to have sessions that may be about podcasting and Instagram Reels, and then you say, well, wait a minute, those things don't apply to me because that's not what I do. I've really sort of designed, and the other speakers have designed the sessions to not necessarily be reliant on a single platform, so you never feel like you are left out. I've really designed very, very carefully and strategically the sessions this year to be applicable to, hopefully, everybody in the room for the entire 3 days. So there's more workshops. There's going to be more time for you to work individually and collectively and collaboratively with the people in the room, at your table, and then a few other ways that I've designed it this year. And if you've come to Momentum in the past before, to help you get out of and break out of your comfort zone in a little bit, but in a very encouraging, supportive, safe, and helpful way. So there's going to be more networking and collaboration. Like I said, less people on the Mastermind Monday. So let's get to the sessions and the speakers this year. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what they are. I'm going to have more information as we start to get closer. But I'm going to kick things off this year. And I really thought about this a lot because I've been building my business. I didn't realize I was building a business at the very beginning. When I started in 2003, wow, has it really been? Yeah, I guess it's almost been 20 years. But I want to give, because I get this question a lot, especially when I speak and when I coach people one-on-one or in my mastermind groups, how I built what I built, the mistakes I made, the lessons that I've learned. So we're going to sort of hypothetically explore, if I had to start all over again, what would I do differently? What are some of the choices I would sort of reimagine my business and the choices that I made? I'm going to talk about some of the highs, some of the successes, and some of the lows, right? Because I don't want you, I'm going to be very, very open, very transparent, as I always am, but even more so in this session, sharing a lot of my personal experiences and my reflections and some of the pivotal moments that helped shape and sometimes change the course of the direction of where I was and what I was doing. So I'm going to incorporate strategies, mindset shifts, actionable steps, mistakes, and lessons that I learned. So it will help you avoid some of those pitfalls and help you sort of have a faster, shorter set of steps for success in your own business. Then we're going to get right into it. We're going to, it's funny because when I first started, especially in the podcasting space, monetization was like a dirty word. Like, you did it for the purity and the joy of it, and you still should. If you know me, if you've been to Momentum in the past, you know the importance of your why being pure and the reason why you do what you do. But let's be honest, we're in the business because it's a business, and we're going to talk about some of the strategies and advanced strategies you can empower to effectively and efficiently monetize your business. We're going to talk about some of identifying some opportunities, optimizing revenue streams, and creating sustainable business models. There really is no such thing as passive income, but we're going to talk about some ways that you can leverage more passive-ish income than active. We're going to talk about some of the tactics to attract, more importantly, retain customers and clients, optimize, how do I price something? And also maximize your profitability. So whether you are just starting out or whether you're looking to take your business to the next level, this is really going to give you the tools and the insights, not just from me, but from a number of people who do what they do. And sort of a lot of people are doing this in their business full time. And then some people who are doing this still as a side business, but how they are sort of being able to maximize and leverage and balance as well to help you turn literally your passion into profit. We're also going to talk about email sequences and the secret to building a strong community. Paul Gowder, I think his middle name is Community. He is the founder of powwows.com, the largest and I believe the oldest Native American information community site possibly on the planet. I'll go that far as to say that, but he's a master at email and email sequencing. And your email list, I'm going to spoiler alert, is the most valuable thing that you own. And he's going to show how to unleash the power of your email list to build stronger connections with your community, how to captivate and nurture and inspire your audience and create meaningful relationships, cultivate brand loyalty, and drive, importantly, impactful actions, getting your community to do what you want and what you hope them to do. And also it's going to tie in directly to some of the monetization strategies that we talked about earlier. But he's going to talk about things like storytelling in your email and calls to action and that personalized communication that you have in this email, which I think a lot of people don't necessarily think about. He'll also share some tools for community growth and engagement and he's going to show you step by step in the workshop portion exactly how to build an email sequence and to unlock the potential of your email list. I have worked with Paul before. I can't speak highly enough about it. Speaking of storytelling, we're going to have our first panel, which is about social storytelling and the importance of creating compelling narratives across multiple mediums. And this is where the platform, to a certain degree, doesn't necessarily matter. We're going to talk about everything from audio, video, live video, short form video, the written word, short form, social media posts, long form content, but the importance of building authentic connections with your audience on social media platforms and techniques to create compelling narratives that evoke emotions, there's a good chance you're a Disney fan. You understand the importance of evoking emotions. It's why it's why we feel so passionate about Disney, inspiring action and really helping to amplify your personal brand or your business brand's presence online. And I think the way we're structuring it is it's going to really also help you open up this sort of unleash this creativity as we look into strategies for tailoring stories across different platforms. How do you tell compelling stories that are meaningful, engaging, and shareable on short form video? How do you do it on a TikTok, an Instagram reel, a Facebook Live, in a social media post? We're going to be able to sort of cover a wide spectrum. And again, in the workshop, really help teach you practically and tactically how to design, develop, create a strategy, and then be able to immediately execute upon that as soon as you walk out the door. Because mastering this idea of audio and video and visual storytelling and leveraging the unique features of each medium is going to be really important. Then we're going to talk about the magic of keywords, because when you think of magic, the first thing that you think about is keywords and search engine optimization. Lauren Gaglioli is going to come and talk about why and how to use good SEO. Lauren used to do a podcast called The Unsexy Side, which I loved because things like SEO are the unsexy side of running a business. You don't necessarily think about it, but it's of critical importance. And so many people, they've heard of it, but don't know what that means, don't know necessarily how, when, and why to leverage it. So she's going to sort of demystify keyword optimization that I promise you will have a profound impact on your online presence. The idea of if you build it, they will come does not exist unless and until you leverage SEO. So you're going to learn how to conduct effective keyword research, identify strategic opportunities, implement SEO best practices to enhance your site's visibility and attract organic traffic, get the right people to come to your site to do what you want and hope them to do, and not just incorporating them on your website, but across content types and platforms, and really unlocking the nearly unlimited potential of search engine optimization to really sort of help propel not your site, but your brand to new heights. I'm then going to talk about the relationship economy and unlocking the power of collaboration and community. We are in a relationship economy right now, and I want to talk about what I think really is the often untapped power of not just community, which you know is at the heart of what I do, but also collaboration. And I'm going to talk about this sort of shift from transactional to relational interactions and how it's going to sort of shape not just the future of business, but the current state of business. We're going to talk about, and I think there's an art and a science to fostering authentic connections, building strategic alliances and relationships, and creating meaningful and vibrant communities that will help propel your overall success. So we're going to look into the value of collaboration and co-creation and shared resources, and then nurturing some of those meaningful relationships with customers, partners, peers, and of course, your community as well. We're also going to go into something that I think is super vital. Again, like SEO, maybe you don't think about it, maybe you don't think that you need it, but the art, and it is an art, of crafting a compelling media kit and a pitch deck. They are two very different things that will really help elevate your impact and unlock opportunities. And Cassie Tucker is going to come in. She is an expert in this and in marketing, and going to really sort of take a deep dive into the art of crafting these kits that effectively communicate your brand's messaging, your brand's value, so that you can attract the attention of potential clients and collaborators, and yes, even sponsors. So you'll learn the essential elements of a media kit, from engaging visuals to impactful content, how to create an impressive and persuasive pitch deck that leaves a lasting impression as you go out to sort of pitch sponsors and partners. You're also going to understand the importance of tailoring your message and showcasing your unique value proposition and leveraging, again, Everything we're talking about is interconnected, leveraging storytelling techniques to really captivate your audience. And Cassie's going to give you the tools and strategies, and we're going to go through it to show you exactly how to build a media kit that's going to open up doors, I think, to opportunities that you may not have thought about before. Again, it's going to tie into the monetization strategies that we talked about earlier in the day. This is one that I've had a lot of requests for in the past. It's really about the business of your business. And I think sometimes for a lot of us, myself included, our business starts off as a hobby and we sort of accidentally fall into it being a business, and we don't think about some of or know how to do some of the important behind the scenes work that needs to happen. So we're going to talk about not just what's important in terms of starting out, but it also can apply to people that maybe didn't do that when they first began their business, advanced tactics, things you need to do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. Things like running a P&L statement, understanding and why it is important, hiring, scaling, accounting, QuickBooks, pain points, templates, how-tos. If you're in business to start making money, these are some of the things that you need to know how to do and how to do the right way to run your business efficiently and effectively, and obviously profitably as well. Jeff C. is going to come in and talk about AI. It is what everybody has been talking about basically since December. Bow to your robot overlords was not necessarily the tagline that Jeff gave me, and it's very much tongue-in-cheek. But look, we're not just stepping into the future of entrepreneurship and solopreneurship. This is the current state, and I'm sure if you've even heard about or talked about ChatGPT, Midjourney, and the hundreds and hundreds, if we're probably in the thousands now, of sites, services, plugins, apps that you can use that, yes, they're fun to play with, but I think really will help transform your business, marketing, and in what really is going to be a current and forward-looking session, Jeff is going to explore how you can utilize and leverage AI to really help revolutionize your workflow, to enhance your productivity, and I think really unlock new levels of creativity, again, tying back into the storytelling as well. But beyond just sort of the fun stuff that you can do on things like Midjourney, Jeff's going to talk about some of the practical applications in terms of AI, like automating repetitive tasks, generating personal and personalized content, optimizing marketing campaigns, and also I think AI can be used to sort of gain valuable insights from some of the data that we do collect. So he's going to teach you exactly how and show you how to leverage some of these AI tools to streamline your operations, connect with your audience. Again, going back to this idea of relationship business on a little bit of a deeper level, and also help make, I think, some data-driven decisions to really help you sort of drive success. Throughout the days, we're also going to have some Energizer sessions. Julie Forrest, who came in and spoke last year, to help sort of not only break up the days, but help connect the dots and put what you learn into practice, is going to have sessions that are going to help you reflect and connect. So she's going to help you reflect on some of the key takeaways from the sessions and engage in collaborative discussions at the tables, facilitate discussions, encourage cross-group connections and other networking opportunities, do some knowledge bursts where she's going to have some short, interactive, informative sessions on specific topics on entrepreneurship and mindset and content creation to really, again, not only help enhance your knowledge, but to spark some new ideas as well. But wait, there's more, including more sessions. There's also going to be a lot more networking activities and opportunities. I promise you, if you come alone, and you can, many people do, you won't leave alone. You can come solo, but you won't leave alone. I just made that up, but I don't know if it makes any sense. There's a lot of things that I and we do to help facilitate networking, to help you connect to the people that not only you just want to be friends with, but that you can work with, that you can learn from, that you can share with, because I think everybody who comes to Momentum has something to share, and I'm going to give you opportunities to do that as well. We're all teachers, right? Sometimes you don't realize what you know and how it might help and be valuable to somebody else. We're going to have a lot of table talks and support stations where you can get individual questions asked. You can work on and collaborate different questions, different challenges, things you're working on again, and not only consume, but share your expertise and experience as well. We're going to have very specific and dedicated times for Q&As and AMAs. I do not want anybody to walk out of Momentum on Sunday evening with questions unanswered. So my goal is to make sure that whether it's ask me, ask the speakers, ask other people in the group, we're going to give you time. So make sure you bring your questions, because I want to make sure those questions get answered for you. We're going to once again have our end of the day campfire conversation, where I literally bring you all around a virtual, a flame retardant campfire and talk about the state of things, what is coming next. And this always leads to some very, very interesting, often ongoing discussion. By the way, speaking of ongoing discussion, when you leave Momentum, Momentum isn't over, because everybody who attends has access to, for a lifetime, our hub group on Facebook, where those conversations, the collaborations will continue. More importantly, you have accountability and support from the people that you met at Momentum, from me, and then the other folks that are in the hub who literally and figuratively have been and still are, and maybe were at one point, in the seat, in the position you are in, and are there to help you. And there's an amazing community of very smart, very selfless and generous people that love helping one another. And then we're going to finish everything off by working on what's next, right? Designing your plan. I want you to leave not just with information and excitement and all these other things, but what does your 30, 60, 90-day plan look like? Give yourself some accountability. Give yourself a roadmap so you know exactly what you're supposed to do as soon as you leave. Momentum is meant to be a very sort of holistic experience from the moment you register till after you leave. There are Momentum alumni that still are very, very active in the group that came to our very first session and maybe for one reason or not have not been able to come back. I really want to, based on my past experience, be able to give you an experience that is going to exceed your expectations, over-deliver on the promise, and really help you move the needle in a meaningful way. But you might be saying, it just sounds great. I'm not sure, Mongello, is this right for me? Rather than me tell you, I'll let you hear from some former Momentum attendees themselves.
Momentum is more than just a workshop, just a conference, and it's kind of the unconference.
I needed help trying to figure out what direction to take my business.
It's totally different than any other conference because, being in the same room and having an opportunity to connect with all different people because of the way it's set up and the way you kind of rotate around tables. It's just amazing.
I think it's an opportunity for people to connect with themselves too through this process, is what I find. And it's because the way that Lou has it structured.
Lou's a magnet for good people. He's going to help you. He's dedicated to helping you achieve success. But the people that he attracts, they're also dedicated.
You will walk away guaranteed with new relationships and new ideas for your business.
As an entrepreneur, you're always on that journey to build and be better and what's next. And this is a nice way to step back and refocus yourself and be with your people, the people that get you, the people that understand you, people are going through what you go through.
I designed Momentum to be a 50-person, one-room, 2-day event where you don't have to choose which session you're going to, who you're going to hear speak, where you're going to go, where you're going to sit, how do I meet people, how do I network. I do that all for you in a way to help you learn and grow. It's about inspiration and education and community.
It will change your life, and you have no idea until you come.
Those are not paid actors. Those are all folks and friends from last year's event, which was absolutely spectacular. You may have seen some familiar faces in there, including Duncan Wardle, the former vice president from creativity and innovation over at the Walt Disney Company, who in a very, very short session, just literally like it was a game-changing for a lot of reasons. It was a game-changing session. So hopefully you see that maybe Momentum is right for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. You can email me, lou@wdwradio.com. You can send me a message on Facebook @LouMongello. Again, Momentum, September 29th, which is a Friday night, and through Sunday, October 1st, we have the optional Mastermind Day on Monday. I will tell you, this is not a sales pitchy thing at all. I will tell you that Momentum is more than 50% sold out already. The Mastermind Day, I think, has 3, maybe 4 seats left in it. I think that's probably going to change very quickly. I will tell you, Momentum sells out every single year. There's always a wait list, but I really do try and keep that 50-person cap because of the intimacy, because of the relationships, because of the way that the event has been structured. I sincerely appreciate you taking the time to spend and share with me today to go over what Momentum 2023 is going to look like. But wait, there's more. I do want to say thank you. And because you have been watching with me live, I have an exclusive discount code just for you. I kept talking about unlocking strategies, unlocking this. And so your code is UNLOCK100, and that'll save you $100 off your workshop ticket, and it'll also save you $100 off your Mastermind Day ticket. So if you come to both, it's $200 off both tickets. This code is just for you, but if you know somebody that you think would benefit from Momentum, please feel free to share that with them or invite them to come check out the video, see if Momentum is right for them. And again, they can certainly also go to LouMongello.com/momentum. If there's any questions in the chat, I'll be happy to stay and answer those here. I'm just going to quickly go back. Bob Iger is not the keynote this year. There are no keynote speakers. You are the keynote speaker. And what I mean by that is you, at least right now, let me rephrase this, because I had an idea the other day. And if I can get this one person, I might do it. There's really sort of no keynote speaker because everybody is a keynote speaker. I think that there is so much value that's going to be brought, and to make the 2 days more efficient and effective, I really wanted to sort of design things a little bit differently. Paul says, I've been in business for 25 years. I got so much out of this weekend. I've known Paul for a long, long time. I'm really excited to have Paul back and appreciate you coming back. Oh, look, the text doesn't even show up. That's fine. Corey Bassett, I've applied the concepts to my own business and the company I work with now. Lauren Gadget says, I'm not crying. You're crying. Corey says, I'm not an entrepreneur and I went last year. It's totally for all of us. I promise. I love this and I appreciate this. All of you who have been to Momentum in the past, that's one of the best ways too. If you are not sure if Momentum is right for you, don't take it from me. Take it from some of the folks who have been to Momentum in the past. A lot of the people who are in the chat right now, Crystal Steers. Crystal, I've known practically since I started my Disney journey, and makes the trek down from Canada every year to come to Momentum and the retreats. Let me quick. Cassie Tucker says, I'm excited for this one. Connor Brown. Connor Brown is very much looking forward to the accounting session just because he's assuming he's going to prison. Rich Watts, looking forward to seeing you again. So yeah, Jeff C says, a media kit pitch deck, so important. Looking forward to that one. And that's what I love. The people who come to present are also there to learn as well. There's no, other than maybe Jeff. There's no air. I kid because I love Jeff. But there's no air or arrogance, and it's not a conference where the speakers come, they show up, they speak, and then they're gone. The speakers are there the entire time. The speakers that I choose and that I invite are there because they've walked the walk. They have been in and still often are in your shoes. You're learning from and with your peers. And again, I also think that you too, even just being as an attendee, you have a lot to share as well. And I'm going to help sort of facilitate that for you as well. Angela Batista, getting to know everyone so we can get down to business on Saturday. Yeah, adding the Friday session. We're going to do a lot of introductions and icebreakers. So Saturday morning we can get right to work. And that's the plan, is we are going to just jump right in it and get right to work. I think you're going to see things like having Julie do some of those energizer sessions. We'll keep that energy up. It's very much almost like some interstitial keynotes throughout the 2 days to keep the energy up, to help connect the dots as well. Would it be a beneficial experience for educators too? So yeah, Jerry Johnson from University. We've had people in the education, I think last year I can count at least 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 people from the education space. Again, reach out to me if you're not sure. I can connect you with some folks that might be helpful for you, but especially some of that storytelling stuff, which I know we've talked about and worked together on in the past, would be very, very beneficial. Getting past the spammers. Thank you very much for showing up. I appreciate it. This is so very helpful. Lori, yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of Tim Begonia come to the room for inspiration, motivation, and friendships that last. Stay for Lou. Tim is going to be back again on the panel talking about storytelling, specifically from a branding perspective. And again, the importance of your branding and your messaging. It's beyond just a logo. It's again, holistically sort of who you are and the importance of storytelling. And Tim's also a fantastic storyteller in what he does in his professional business as a designer and developer, and things that he does on the personal side, where the foundation of what he talks about is all about storytelling and the importance of it and emotion too. Mike Beckerman says, I am in no way an entrepreneur, but I guarantee even if you aren't, you can apply so many of these teachings to your everyday work life. I most certainly do, and it's changed my work life for the better. Thank you very much, buddy. Your dollar is on the way. I promise you. Lindsay Dollinger, lots of great topics. Hope to see you. I know we're going to see you again this year. Love what Lindsay does, too, in terms of helping to work with and coach and empower female entrepreneurs and solopreneurs as well. Jeff C. says, I still have my Momentum Challenge coin on my desk. I look at it every day. It really helps me stay motivated in my business. Jeff, I'm not just sure if you're saying that because you feel that you have to and so that I buy you tacos and sushi, but thank you for that, because it's the key, right? The takeaways that you take with you from Momentum they always are in some sort of physical form, but it's also sort of the educational and metaphorical takeaways that you have to, including but not limited to the relationships, which is the most important part. I will spoil it for you now. The thing that has moved my business forward most from when I started in 2003 to today, and even still so, is not what I create. It is not what I learn. It is not what I do. It's been the people that I have met at conferences. Many of the people who are here, it's where we met. Right? Lauren Gaggioli, we met at Social Media Marketing World 7, 6, 8, 9 years ago, somewhere around there. Those are the types of relationships that really do make a difference, and that are the relationships that I promise you are going to leave with at Momentum as well. I don't want this to go too much longer, but again, I am here to help you, to answer any questions that you might have. Don't forget, you can still take advantage of the discount code. If you want to forward that to somebody that you think might benefit from it, feel free, or have them reach out to me if you have any more questions. Again, go to LouMongello.com/momentum. There you can find out more. You can also book your discounted hotel room at the Hilton Orlando Lake Buena Vista, right across the street from Disney Springs. What else am I forgetting? That's probably it. If I'm forgetting something else, let me know and I will address it again. Thank you so very much for being here. I really appreciate it. I cannot wait to see you. And let's be honest, eat with you at Disney Springs, because there's going to be a lot of that as well. Thank you so much. Have a good day. See you at Momentum. Bye.